Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching this. It is Belgian Villain, and today I am going to be answering all the questions you have sent in and basically doing an interview as we've hit 30k in total views. We hit our milestone, we hit the target. Let's get into your questions and let's see what you've asked me. Who is my idol? It's pretty obvious, it's my man Phil Coutinho. I've already mentioned him once. He is my idol. That man. Oh, why am I yawning? Why am I yawning? Why am I yawning? I shouldn't be yawning. This guy deserves the time of day to be spoken about. He is such a humble guy. He's such a lovely guy. Phil Coutinho, he just made my day. It was about last year. It was actually, yeah, it was literally about a year ago, in April. And I'd just gone to this Aston Villa game against Norwich. We just won 2-0, and Phil Coutinho, I always liked him all, and I just in that game I got his name on the back of my shirt for it was going to be my birthday present, and I'd always looked up to Phil Coutinho. I've got a scarf of him, and you know, I absolutely loved him. And at first I liked him because he was a good footballer, and then all of a sudden we waited for the players after the game, and he came out with the rest of them, and he's such a humble guy. Like, you think someone that makes all that money is going to be all like cocky, full of themselves. He was none of that. He was none of that at all. He was so humble. He was just so kind and, you know, appreciative that the fans took time for him, and it was, you know, so you know, incredible to see. And you know, he's such an idol because, you know, when you have all that money, sometimes you lose the sight in what's important, and Phil Coutinho simply didn't do that. So for me, he's got to be my idol because he's got to be someone you look up to. What's your nicknames? Really? What? Like, why? Who needs to do this? Who's doing this, man? Right, go on then. I've got about 3. And I'm not going to say the 4th one because the 4th one is just ridiculous. And I don't even know why it's a nickname. God, I'm tired this morning. We'll go off with the first one, and it's got to be long legs. Yeah. Anyone that knows me in real life, I've got ridiculously long legs. Like, I'm not the tallest. I'm about 5'6". But one thing I am known for is to have really long legs. Like, I've got ridiculous, like, for my height as well, I've got ridiculous, like, my whole height is made off of my legs pretty much, and I think there's a question about that in a minute. So I get called long legs quite a lot, and I think it's quite funny because I've always been quite short in my life, and then all of a sudden I grew these really annoying long legs. So that's the first one. The second one is, again, it's Long Legs Luke, and I'll tell you why. Because my name's Lucas, and for some reason some people call me Luke, so I get Luke with long legs, so it becomes Long Legs Luke. And then obviously the third one is Luke. I seem to get called Luke a lot. I've been called Luke a few times, and it yeah, I'm not a big fan of that one. The fact that you've just shortened my name down and then added an E on the end is interesting. So yeah, those are the 3 ones I generally get called. Why do I support Aston Villa? You are muppets. Whoever asked this question is a muppet. This is meant to be like 15 minutes maximum. What I just explain is it's generally to do with family and own personal choice as well. I'm going to do a whole video on that soon, on why I support Aston Villa. I'll do a full video on it just for you, whoever asked that question. What do you want when you're 14? Well, I'm 14 tomorrow. So, what do I want? I don't want a load of gifts this year, because, I mean, I've had stuff going on lately, and I know a lot of people have, and I've had a tough couple of weeks and months with a lot of stuff, and what I want now when I'm 14 is, I'll give you the 5 things. Number 1, I want to become more confident in myself. I want to find ways of being more confident and having more belief in myself. Number 2, I want to show that I'm a good friend, and I know I've let a lot of my friends, oh, do you know what, let's go straight with it. I've let all my friends down lately. I just want to show them I'm all, you know, I'm a good person, that I can't, you know, that I do care about them, and so I feel like I've let them down. So what I want to do when I'm 14 is generally just prove that I'm a good friend, and I can, you know, I just want to be able to show that. Number 3 is probably spend more time with my family. Now, I see my mum quite a lot, and I see my gran quite a lot, but I feel like I just want to have a full connection with everyone and most people in the family, and I feel like I just need that a little bit. I feel like that'd be really good for me, and I want that more now that I'm like 14. That I just want to be able to take that responsibility and, you know, have that sort of relationship with other people in the family. Number 4 is take more responsibility. What I mean by that is, like, you know, when you're getting older, I've only got like 2 years left, and that's it basically. Like, I'm basically going into an adult life. I just want to take a bit more responsibility on things, but obviously that's not going to take much away from me at the minute. You know, I still want to be the same person. I just want to have a bit more responsibility on certain stuff. And number 5, just be more creative. Just be more creative. I've got so much planned for this summer, and I just want to make sure that I can fulfill everything I want to do. Just get creative. Don't be afraid of what other people think. Just get on and do it. And it's like, I don't really know how to explain that one, but I just want to get it done. I just want to know how to, I just want to get things done. Like, I don't want to be, you know, I don't know. Basically what I'm trying to say is, I just want to be able to fulfill my dreams and just be as creative as I like. So hopefully that's something I will get when, you know, when you get older especially as well. So that's that one. What's my favourite content to make? Well, it's obviously Aston Villa content, because it's either really funny when I'm raging, or it's really funny when I'm screaming my head off because we've literally just scored in the last minute, and, you know, adrenaline's running through my body. Or, you know, I'm just, you know, having a joke with the players, you know, I have my own nicknames for them and everything. So love making Aston Villa content, especially since, like, Villa's got a massive fan base, so we try and meet as many Villa fans as we can. And unfortunately for me, it doesn't look like I might, if Villa get Europe, I might not be able to go see Villa much next season, so who knows. Part of me doesn't want us to get Europe for that, but if we got Europe, honestly, I would be in goddamn tears. From, you know, what an emotional journey as well. So yeah, I mean, I love making Aston Villa content because it's all about the emotion, it's all about the love for the club, and yeah, that's my favourite content. God, this is a lot of questions. What scared you most when you were growing up? In the night garden. Next. Why do you love Belgium so much? Oh, good question. Well, I hate being British for a start, because I don't like it here. It rains too much, people moan, country's awful. Not a well-run country at all. And I have Belgian roots, and I absolutely love the country with a passion. I feel like I connect a lot to the country, and when I visited a few years ago, I just felt like it was my country. Just absolutely love it there. And every time Belgium's like playing in some competitive sport or Eurovision or whatever, I'm always supporting them. I just love the country so much. Everything about it is just brilliant. Most embarrassing moment. Wow. If anyone has seen my videos lately, I've posted 2 this week on my most embarrassing moments. I'll go into this one in a bit more detail in a video. But basically, so what happened when I was a bit younger, I went to a play area. I was about 4, 5, I was in year R at the time. Went to this play area, and there was this like wall. And obviously I climbed over it, and I must have climbed over it awkwardly because I fell. Now, I fell on my arm, and I broke my arm. Literally, so my arm must have got into an awkward position, and what had happened was, where my bum must have literally crushed it, so my bum toppled straight onto it, and just bang. Yeah, I literally broke my arm. My bum literally broke my arm, it's mad. So it wasn't when I felt awkwardly, like where the arm was, and then it got completely crushed and must have broken. Obviously doesn't help I don't have the strongest bones in the world, but yeah, I literally managed to break my bone. I broke my arm at a play area, and I was in quite a lot of pain. So literally, my bum broke my arm. Literally, mad. Shit, that's got to be my most embarrassing moment, to be honest. But there's plenty to choose from, but I'll go with that one. What type of person would you date? Good question. Very good question. Well, I'm 14 tomorrow, and I don't like girls my age at all. I think I'm not calling anyone out, and there's definitely girls that are nice my age, but most of them are snobs. They care too much about how they look and how fitting in and being horrible and showing off and, you know, trying to get the boys' attention. None of that, thank you. Girls that get old, well, they get worse as they get older, but I'd say it'd probably have to be someone a bit younger. I'd say anyone that's sort of, you know, it can't be inappropriate obviously, but if I was to date someone at this point, they would have to be about 2 or 3 years younger as a maximum, and they can't, to be honest, they just need to have a good heart on them. I don't want to date someone that cares too much about themselves. I want someone that cares about others, and, you know, but also looks after themselves, you know, and is loyal, and, you know, someone that's just not a snob, basically. I'd be looking for someone like that. I couldn't tell you what they look like. I don't really care. I don't really judge on looks that much, to be honest. Unless they look like Liz Truss, or actually no, Liz Truss is all right. Should we go? Who does not look good? Who's not a good-looking person? If they look like a female version of Andrew Tate, then no. I'd say that's pretty much it. Hair colour's not really something that I'm focused on. If I was to date someone, to be honest, on age, unless it was ridiculously inappropriate, I wouldn't honestly care about anything. It's just as long as they're a good person, to be honest. So that's what I'd say about dating. And here comes the final question. Right, this one's funny because I actually got up and did something with this one. So this question is, how tall are your legs? So the second I saw this, I went and got a ruler, and I actually measured how long my legs are. So I got the ruler and I measured my leg completely. We roughly got about 80 centimeters, but the ruler's only 30 centimeters, so we were working with trying to figure out where the ruler finished off and started off again. I'd say about roughly 80 centimeters. And yes, it was quite painful to measure it because they're so flipping long. so I could barely reach. But yeah, we've worked it out to be about 80 centimeters. So yeah, I hope that really makes your day by knowing the question and its answer. So whoever asked me that question, there you go. Okay everyone, thank you so much for your questions and watching, if you've made it this far as well. Yeah, that's all the questions. I hope I managed to answer them the best I could. Thank you so much for 30k views as well. It means a lot, and we've hit a massive milestone there. If you didn't get a chance to ask me any questions, feel free to ask me in real life if you know me, or comment them down below. I will answer them. Yeah, they can basically be about anything as long as they're not inappropriate, so make sure you can ask me down there as well. And if I didn't answer your question correctly, I do apologise. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, really enjoyed just sitting here reading these random questions and answering them. Thank you anyways. Thanks for 30k views. It means so much. Yeah, have a fantastic day everyone. Please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed. And yeah, up the villa.